I got 10 new tips and tricks for Apple Pages for your Mac. How can we place a proper watermark that will repeat across all of the pages of your document in Apple Pages? We got two choices really. We can add some image that we're going to use as the watermark, like a logo, or we can just use the text tool at the very top here and then type in whatever we want to type it in, like copy or draft. Alright, you can edit this text using the format menu on the right side. We can make it a bit larger maybe. So increasing the size of the text, color red, and we can reduce opacity of it as well. If you want this like semi-transparent, that's also possible. Simply move the opacity slider in the style area to get the semi-transparent text. Alright, and now with that we need to make sure it will not affect existing text. So we want to check the arrangement to be sure that there's non-arrangement, so it can kind of float across the page without affecting our content. So that's the first step. If you like, you can also apply some kind of rotation here. That's a very popular way doing the watermarks. And now the problem is it can be still selected, plus it didn't create a copy on page 2 or page 3. So if your watermark is ready, simply head to the top menu this time, Arrange, Section Layouts, and we click here, Move Object to Section Layout. We can also decide that we can modify those objects in Section Layout or no. Actually, this is switched off by default. So I cannot kind of click on this watermark. And take a look. Second page, there's a watermark as well. Page number 3, there's a watermark as well. We cannot click on it, we cannot modify it, but you can always go to Arrange and Section Layout, make a layout object selectable. And after that, you can click on it, you can move it around, you can make your changes. Alright? So I can move it to the top right corner. We can change rotation of it and take a look. All of the watermarks on each page are affected. Then, don't forget, switch it off so you will not select your watermark by mistake. Alright, so that's how you set up watermark in Apple Pages. How can we use our iPhone to add signature in Apple Pages document? It's pretty straightforward. Simply head to the area of your document where you plan to put the signature on, then hit Media at the very top, and you will need to go to the very bottom of this list, add scratch, and then you can use your devices. In that case, it's automatically detecting my iPhone, and on my iPhone screen now I got just a blank page when I can sign something. After I press done on my iPhone, my little scribble is inputted here directly without any extra effort. Let's head to Arrange so we can actually switch off warping text around, so none. This way I can just drag this around without any destructive transformations around my document, and then we can of course use Arrange to add proper rotation to it. Okay, and here it is. In just 1 minute I managed to sign a document in Apple Pages on my Mac using just my iPhone. So simply click Media and then you got option to connect to your iPhone. Take a look. You can take photo, scan documents with your phone, and also add a signature as well. Alright, so that's how you can use your iPhone to enhance your productivity in Apple Pages. How to print out your documents in Apple Pages for Mac. Simply head to the top menu over here, not the tool menu, the top menu over here, click File, and you will see option to print at the very bottom here. This should trigger your default printer setup, and you can see all of the pages of your documents in the preview on the left. You can select the printer here, and then you can change some basic printing properties, like for example you can decide how many copies or which pages do you want to print. You can also simply uncheck pages here on the preview on the left. Then if you are happy with all of the settings, you check everything, hit the print button here at the bottom right corner of this pop-up window, and you are done. So that's how easy it is to print projects directly from Pages on your Mac. How can we switch Apple Pages to dark mode on your Mac? Apple Pages is one of those programs that follow the system settings. Means we cannot simply go to Pages, Settings to change to the dark mode. It's not here. Instead, you will need to go all the way down to your dock to System Settings. From here, scroll and search for Appearance. Take a look. My Apple Pages is still open in the backdrop, so if I change to dark mode right now, the program will be in the dark mode as well. So this software follows what the system is set up to, similar to Apple Keynote and also Apple Numbers. So that's the only way right now how you can make this into a dark mode. How can we create a letter tracing worksheets in Apple Pages? The trick is to get the right font. So here I am on Google Fonts and I found this free font called Railways Dots. We can easily get it. Simply click Get Font here and you will have option to download. After that, you will need to just click Install Font. In my case, it's already installed in my system. And with that out of the way, we can create a new document in Apple Pages. So here I am, a blank new document. Now I can simply type in the text or letter or symbol I want to use for tracing. So that's hello and then spacebar. I can now select that, Command C to copy, and I can paste it a few times. Now select all again with your mouse, and it's time to change the font. Alright, here's the font we just downloaded for free from Google Fonts. With this new font, I will also increase the size. All of that is in Format panel here on the right. Okay, and now you can copy and paste this to create additional rows, or you can simply change what you want to trace. Okay, so the whole trick is to get yourself a proper font, the one with little dots that allow us to trace. If you want to make this even weaker, you can change the color from pure black to a gray color, so it will not distract the actual letters while we're tracing on the top of that. Alright, so that's how you can do a tracing worksheet, tracing exercise just in Apple Pages. Get the right font and you are good to go. How to display your document in 2 or more columns. Simply head to Format section here at the top right. Right now nothing is selected, so it's empty, so I need to place my cursor somewhere in the document. That's better. Now move from Style to Layout, the one in the middle, and you should see it straight away, Columns. We can change the number of columns. By default, you got 1. Now I got 2. And if you open it up, like I just did, I can even modify some options here for the distances and spaces between them. You can make 3, 4, or as many as you want. Remember, when you've got more than 1 column, the text will go all the way down of the page in column 1 and then flow automatically to the top of the column 2. Alright, so that's how you do it. First, place your cursor somewhere in the text on the page. Format, Layout, Columns. How can we summarize a text directly in Apple Pages? You will need to select part of the text you want to summarize with your mouse to highlight it, or you can select everything by pressing Command A, or selecting Edit at the top, and then you will see Select All. With the text that you want to summarize selected, head to the toolbar and Writing Tools on the right side here. Click on that and it will have this pop-up giving us options related to Apple Intelligence. And as you can see, there's a summary here. Click on that. And now you need to wait a moment for AI to summarize the text. Now I got 2 options. I can copy this and then paste somewhere, or I can replace this existing long text with this short summary. I will go with the second option, and here it is. Alright, if you cannot see Writing Tools, try to update both your Apple Pages and your macOS to the last version. Also, be sure you got Apple Intelligence turned on in your Mac settings. If Writing Tools are grayed out like right now, you simply need to select the text. and now you can click on it. By default, text will flow from the top to the bottom of your page. But how can we align the text vertically at the center of the page with some space above it? Some people like to put extra enters at the top, just creating blank rows, and this way they push the text down. Alright, that's one way of doing that. Let me show you another way. You can make some kind of container for your text. For example, a table. So I just added a table. I don't need so many cells. I just need one table, 1 times 1. That's exactly one box. Then I copy this whole text inside this table. I can remove the original text. Now I got copy inside the table. And now we got more editing options because it's in the container. That's why I can head to Arrange on the right side in the Format section. And I can change text warping to None. And now we got perfectly floating table. We can align to the center, to the middle of the page, and that's it. Actually, you can move it with your hand. Just click here on this little circle, and you can put this whatever you want. Now you got full control of this text because we put it in the container. And again, there's option to align to the center and to the middle. And here it is. How about this little border on the text? I don't want to show that. No problem. Let's go back to the table settings and get rid of the table outline. Change to None, and nobody will notice that we got table here. So that's how you can align your text to the middle of the page without pressing enter, 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 enter at the very top of it. How to save your Apple Pages documents on your Mac? Simply head to the top left corner, click File, and you will see the option to save. Click on that. If you are saving your document for the very first time, you will be able to give it a name and change the location. Then click Save. Right now you got a native Apple Pages file in that location. Some people get confused because when they try to click File and the Save again, it seems like nothing happened, alright? In that moment you save exactly on the same file, so you kind of resaving the same file. You don't need to choose the location again. But if you want to change the name or the location, just click here at the top, the name of the file, and you will see the name and location. It can be changed from here. And I got a new name. What if you are sending your file to somebody without Apple Pages? Then ask yourself a question. Do you want them just to see what is inside your file? Or you want them to be able to make changes? If you want them just to see your file or print it out, you can save it as PDF. File, export to PDF. Then confirm. And again, we choose the name and location for that new PDF. Then send that PDF document. But if you want others without Apple Pages to make changes, you may want to save it as a more common format, Microsoft Word. Yes, we can do that here. So File, Export to Word. Alright, save. Again, name, destination, export. And that's how you save your Apple Pages documents on Mac. How can we undo our last change or mistake in Apple Pages for Mac? So let's say I delete this part of the text and then also this image and something here. And now I realize I make a huge mistake. And how can I undo that? As you can see, I write down it over here. That's our keyboard shortcut. So if you got keyboard to your disposal, just press Command Z together and you will undo the last change. Press it again, previous one more time, and this text is back. Okay, so keep that in mind. You can press it multiple times. What if you don't want to use shortcut? Don't worry, we can still find this option from the top menu. So head with your mouse to the top, Edit, and that will be the very first thing on the list, Undo. As you may notice, we got also option to redo. So we can kind of cancel the undo function. Alright, so Command plus Z from your keyboard or Edit Undo from the menu at the top. I hope this was helpful. See you in the next one.